It sounds that Ben Johnson and Ryan Poles are in search for some running back upgrades within the Chicago Bears offense. And according to some rumors, these four trade targets are on the Bears' radar. And today's episode of Keek on the Mic starts right now.
Cali, the Chi-Town is Bears on the flight. Let me go tune in to Keek on the Mic. He gon' make sure we get our news and highlights. When you get on YouTube, you better hit the like.
Hey, what's going on, Bears fans? Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Keek on the Mic, the podcast all about the Chicago Bears. As always, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification to catch all Bears content right here on the podcast. First and foremost, Bears fans, happy Saturday to every single one of you guys. I just want to take a quick second on today's episode of Keek on the Mic to send a quick prayer to Mark Sanchez. He was in line to call the Indianapolis Colts and the Las Vegas Raiders game tomorrow, and he was actually stabbed last night. He was rushed to the hospital. He is now in stable condition. So Bears fans, do me a favor and comment down below on today's episode of Keek on the Mic and just send a quick prayer to Mark Sanchez. I certainly hope that he's okay. This world just continues to be a crazy and nasty place, so I'm sending a lot of prayers to Mark Sanchez and his family. So, Bears fans, I wanted to come on here really quick on this beautiful Saturday morning. I'm talking a little bit about Chicago Bears trade rumors. And as we all know, the Chicago Bears are 2-2, currently in their bye week, but they have some massive problems, not only on the defensive side of the football, but the offensive side of the football as well. One of the big glaring issues has been at the running back position, led by DeAndre Swift. They currently ranked 24th in rushing per game. And obviously DeAndre Swift adds a lot of value as a pass catching running back, but they definitely lack the explosiveness within the Chicago Bears offense. And if we really want to see this Bears offense take the next level, they really need to add some massive additions in terms of explosiveness within the Chicago Bears backfield. Of course, the Bears have Kyle Monangai, and with the reps that he has gotten, he has shown a little bit of explosiveness here and there and just that change of pace rather than just going with DeAndre Swift every single down. But I can definitely see the Chicago Bears going out, and as we near the November 4th trade deadline in the National Football League, maybe adding a big-time running back to the Chicago Bears offense. And according to some trade rumors, the Bears have been linked to 4 different running backs. And obviously, when you're looking at these 4 different running backs that we're going to be listing on today's episode of Keek on the Mic, these teams are in danger of basically losing their season. They either only have 1 win or these are 0-4 football teams. So if these teams continue to lose, they can definitely be sellers near the trade deadline. So I'm going to go ahead and list the 4 running backs that have been part of Bears trade rumors in terms of the running back position. And then at the end of the podcast, you guys can let me know down below in the comment section which one you think is the most realistic or which one you most likely to have on this Bears offense. So first and foremost, one of the top trade targets for the Chicago Bears, and once again, this is all just rumors. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but Devon Achane from the Miami Dolphins. Achane is a very explosive speed back, has been Miami Dolphins change of pace weapon, and probably could be expendable for the right price. Obviously, the Miami Dolphins did win their first game against the New York Jets last week, so they're currently sitting at 1-3. But when you look at Achane, he has a lot of elusiveness. I think would fit perfectly what we already have in DeAndre Swift. And we just desperately need to address our 24th ranked rushing attack. He currently, he's the most obvious and frequently named person for the Chicago Bears if the Miami Dolphins keep losing. But this one, to me, is really not as realistic as the other trade targets I'm going to mention on today's episode of Keek on the Mic. I don't know if Miami's interested in really dealing a guy like Achane, but if they are, this could possibly cost a mid-round 2026 pick, maybe even more for Ryan Poles and the Chicago Bears. The second guy that's been in a lot of Bears trade rumors in regard to the running back position is Breece Hall of the New York Jets. And this is a guy that I really would love the Chicago Bears to have. He is a budding superstar with 2,300 rushing yards over his first 3 seasons over there with the New York Jets. He has very good vision and receiving skills, has 50-plus catches in each of the last 2 years. It makes him a really vital 3-down back, not only for the New York Jets, but would really upgrade the Chicago Bears rushing attack as well. well. And the Jets are currently sitting at 0-4. And personally, this one may be a little bit unrealistic because they did just lose Braylon Allen, I believe, for 6+ weeks. He's going to be out for a little while. So now, they're going to be really leaning on Breece Hall and his rushing ability. But you never know. If the New York Jets continue to lose, especially with the Justin Fields situation, maybe not him being a long-term answer, they may be looking to really rebuild that overall roster, especially on the offense side of the football. So maybe for the right price, maybe we can go call the New York Jets and add a guy like Breece Hall. I feel like pairing him with Caleb Williams could really transform this Bears offense. I think the estimated cost for him would probably be a second or third round pick to, pry away Breece Hall from the New York Jets. But I think this would be an awesome addition, and pairing him with DeAndre Swift, pairing him with Caleb Williams, and really taking this Bears offense to the next level. The third guy that has been in a lot of Bears trade rumors in regard to the running back position is Alvin Kamara of the New Orleans Saints. We all know who Kamara is. This is a guy that has been a dual threat running back and remains a monster running back within the National Football League, even at the age of 30. The Saints are 0-4 currently. I think he would provide immediate stability to the running back room. He has the kind of same style as DeAndre Swift. I think the only difference is that Alvin Kamara has a little bit better vision than a guy like DeAndre Swift. But I do think this would be a nice little upgrade, and so you can go into next offseason, into the next NFL draft, and maybe find a long-term answer. I do know with this one that even though the Saints are spiraling out of control, they're one of the worst football teams in the National Football League, I do know that Alvin Kamara wants to finish his career with the Saints. So this one seems a little bit unlikely, but I would love to have a guy like Alvin Kamara paired with DeAndre Swift within the Chicago Bears offense. I do think it would help our rushing attack here in Chicago. I think this would cost the Bears probably a mid-round draft pick in the 2026 NFL draft. The last person that has been in Bears trade rumors in regard to the running back position, and this one seems like the most realistic option for the Chicago Bears, that is Tyler Allgeier from the Atlanta Falcons. This guy is a bruising back from the 2022 NFL draft. He's a 5th round pick back in 2022. I think this may be realistic just because of the role that he has with the Atlanta Falcons, knowing that they have Bijan Robinson as the lead back. I think he would definitely complement DeAndre Swift very well as that bruising back, trying to help our short yardage woes as well. We have had some issues early on in the season, converting 3rd and 2s, 3rd and 1s, maybe in 4th and 1 situations. This is a guy that can come in and get those tough yards in between the tackles. I know there's a lot of Bears fans that have been pounding the table for this guy, and he would also be the cheapest option out of the other 3 running backs I listed on today's episode of Keek on the Mic. Getting a guy like Tyler Allgeier would only cost the Bears probably a 6th round pick, maybe a 5th round pick, just depending on how the Atlanta Falcons view him. And the Atlanta Falcons have been kind of up and down, but I do think this would upgrade our running back room in a big way. You could make an argument that he's very similar to a guy that we already have in Kyle Monangai and Roschon Johnson. I just feel like that Tyler Allgeier has a little bit more NFL experience and could come in right away and be a massive upgrade. So Bears fans, these are the 4 constant names that have been all over social media in terms of Bears trade rumors in regard to the running back position that could be possible upgrades. So Bears fans, out of the 4 names that I listed today, in Tyler Allgeier, Alvin Kamara, Breece Hall, or Devin Achane, which one would you like to see, and which one you think is the most realistic option for the Chicago Bears to possibly add to the running back room prior to the NFL trade deadline? Let me know down below in the comment section. But as always, Bears fans, make sure you guys continue to hit that subscribe button and the notification to catch all Bears content right here on the podcast. Make sure you follow me on all my social media platforms, and make sure you share this episode of Keek on the Mic with every single Bears fan that you know. But other than that, be back for all new Bears podcasts right here on Keek on the Mic. Thanks, guys, and as always, bear down.
You ain't bout it, you ain't Keek on the Mic. You ain't bout it, you ain't Keek on the Mic. You can go